In Northwest news, a group of Democratic lawmakers say they are not trying to push back the deadline for implementing school funding reform. Despite statements to the contrary last week, they say they want to see the state fully pay for basic education in time for the 2017-2018 school year. At a committee hearing in Olympia, Representative Jamie Peterson, a Democrat representing part of Seattle, asked what exactly did the Washington Supreme Court mean when it set a 2018 deadline in the school funding lawsuit known as the McCleary decision. In an email sent yesterday, the 4 Democratic members of the committee, including Peterson, clarified that they had no intention of putting off their constitutional and moral obligation to fully fund basic education. A Seattle man who came across a giant dead fish as he water skied on Lake Washington says he first thought it might be a shark. Keith Magnuson now says he thinks the roughly 8-foot-long creature is a sturgeon. The Seattle Times reports Magnuson found the fish Saturday. The University of Washington School of Fisheries tied the fish up to a post, and the Washington State Fish and Wildlife Department plans to send a biologist to look at it. Fish and wildlife biologist Annette Hoffman says a sturgeon is not a common fish to find in the lake. She says one found in 1987 was 11 feet long and weighed 640 pounds. Hoffman says the deep water bottom feeders commonly migrate up and down the Columbia River. Police say they caught a man responsible for 8 burglaries since mid-July at businesses in Walla. Officers had been working overtime on the rash of burglaries and had evidence linking them to a 23-year-old Dakota Hopkins. He was arrested Saturday after trespassing at a home. Officers found methamphetamine in his vehicle. Bail was set today at $60,000 as officers continue to investigate possible charges of burglary, theft, malicious mischief, and drug possession. As the fires in Washington are getting closer to being extinguished, one fire in California is threatening hundreds of homes. A wildfire was fast approaching canyon neighborhoods in Southern California, forcing the evacuation of hundreds of homes. The U.S. Forest Service says the brush fire started near Lake Elsinore in the Cleveland National Forest yesterday morning, and several hours later, with temperatures near 100 degrees, it had surged to about 1,200 acres and was very close to homes. 2 communities of about 50 houses apiece are under evacuation orders, along with parts of Lakeland Village, which is home to more than 11,000 people. But it's not clear how many have been evacuated. The fire was raining ash and generating brown haze over residential streets. About 265 firefighters worked the blaze, helped by 5 helicopters and 5 planes, including a DC-10 that is covering the wildfire in red retardant. A call to the Spokane Fire Department for medical help may soon be answered by a single medic in an SUV instead of a crew in a fire truck. City administrators and the Spokane Firefighters Union announced an agreement yesterday to try the 1-person units for calls that are likely to be non-life-threatening. The 6-month trial will start in September. And that's going to do it for us here at iFIBER News tonight. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.